the camera is on,
Oh,
but alternar câmera. I don't
mm,
know.
that might be it.
Mm.
I don't know.
Well, I will try restarting my cell phone, okay?
Okay, no problem. Hey, hello.
Hello.
Hey, how's it going?
Good. How are
Good.
you?
I'm fine. Welcome.
Thank you. Thank you.
We're still waiting for everyone to enter, but yeah. And oh, where are you at again? I know we're gonna keep asking questions all day, but
Oh, I'm in New York.
New
Here,
York. Cool. Nice. Leandro over there is in New Jersey.
New Jersey, yeah, Manville. It's a
Hmm.
little tall, South Jersey.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Yeah.
How far is that from New York City? I'm not, Jersey's close to New York, but New Yorkers, they don't know Jersey that well.
Yeah, an hour and a half
An hour and a
from
half.
Manhattan.
Mm-hmm. Do you come?
Oh,
Do you
yeah, yeah. I
Not
usually go. Not nowadays, but
yeah.
I love it. What part of New York you at?
I'm in Queens.
Queens, nice.
Yeah.
Go Mets.
Yeah. I
Okay,
think that's the Yankees.
that's good enough.
Do you like baseball?
Sometimes, yeah. Not a huge fan, but I like the culture,
Fan, right?
Yeah.
That would be a fair assumption, right?
Exactly.
Fair enough. And how about you? Do you like baseball?
Me?
Yeah.
So, not really. I went to a couple of Mets games, but not a baseball fan.
Fair enough.
I'm Lithuanian, so I'm a basketball fan.
Oh, cool.
Ooh.
We play basketball.
Hmm.
Hi, Patricia.
Hi. Now it's working. My camera was not working, Arthur.
Oh, that's great.
Stopped it totally.
No, it's fine.
Okay.
Cool.
Can you
Oh,
guys hear me good? Because I do have headphones, so I don't know if I need them.
Sorry.
Can you guys hear me good? Because I do have
Yeah.
headphones, but I don't know if I need them.
No, it's great, I think. Yeah, no problem.
can you try them? The sound is a little too sharp here.
Oh.
Okay, let me see.
Maybe if you put them on, it sounds better.
Let me try. Okay, is that better?
Try.
I think it's
Oh,
better. Keep on talking.
much better.
Oh, good. All right.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Great.
because through the computer sometimes it's not the same.
Fair enough.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Hi,
Ooh.
Mary.
Oh, man. Okay, so the microphones, I can see where they are. Let's get started.
Sure.
Okay.
Okay,
So
so
do I just share my story? Hi, Mary.
yeah, before you start, Sandra, I'll like welcome everybody, introduce myself, and then you introduce yourself, and then we're going to ask who is willing to like to.
Oh, wait.
Uh-oh.
She
We
she
lost
just dropped.
Patricia.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But you were saying we introduce ourselves and where are you at? Where, are you talking
Oh,
from?
that's right. I remember. I was there a couple weeks ago, but I forgot. Yeah.
Oh, cool. That's
Okay.
fine. We can't hear you now, Patricia, though. Oh, no, it's okay. Yeah.
Jesus Christ, what is that?
It's okay now.
Good evening, you all. Welcome to one more online talk. Can you remember what day it is today?
Ooh.
Ooh, the 19th of
19.
June,
Cool.
Friday. Okay, that's pretty nice. All right. So, you guys, the ones who have already been here, know that this event is promoted by First Class. We are a studio, a language studio, not a school. because we work individually. Even if you are in a group, we focus on your individual progress and your style of learning. And we really believe that we learn when we feel comfortable and when we're having fun. Yeah. And as recently we are not able to get together and have the parties, we have the idea of like promoting this event so we can go on meeting cool people and have fun, sharing stories, yeah, laughing a lot. And this is the moment that we don't focus on like correction and speaking correctly or grammar. It's about communicating, yeah. And anytime you guys want to add something, ask a question. If you don't feel comfortable like speaking, you can chat, yeah, you can write the question. But I would say, I would really encourage you to try, even if it's just like one phrase, like, oh yeah, it's something, yeah, and then the following week you can try something else, okay? Well, Sandra, we usually introduce each other, but as this is the first time we are talking, I'll introduce myself very quickly, and then you can introduce yourself, all right? And then we give them the opportunity to also introduce themselves, and then we start with the stories. I'm curious, I have a
Perfect.
lot of questions. So, I'm Patricia. Yeah, I was born here in Ponta Grossa in the south of Brazil. And when I was a small kid, I lived with my family in America, in New Jersey. Yeah, pretty close to New York, but this was like long time ago. I'm 42 years old now, and I've been an English teacher for 26 years. Actually, I've been a music teacher. I used to teach people how to sew, how to make clothes.
Oh, wow.
I
Really?
really like methodology. I'm really into learning how people learn, yeah, especially adults, because then you have to focus and choose something. Yeah, kids they learn just by seeing, watching. It's very curious, but it's another style. And I have some passions: foreign languages, traveling, and gastronomy, not to say eating. Yeah. Okay, so that's me. And can you please introduce yourself?
Yes. Hello, everyone. My name is Sandra. I'm 31 years old, and when I was 12, I moved with my family to New York City from Lithuania. Lithuania is a really, really small country. I think there's actually less than 3 million people in the country, but we have our own culture, our own language. In Europe, all the little tiny countries have their own language for some weird reason. So we're a tiny country, but I grew up speaking Lithuanian with my family and in school. And then when I was 12, I moved here. And that was quite a transition, which I'll tell you more about later. But I love traveling as well. I love traveling. I'd love to come to Brazil one of these days. So you guys can tell me what cities I must visit and what I have to see there. Um, and I also, well, I have a long history. I started with corporate. I used to do taxes here. I worked at a big accounting firm here in New York
Mm-hmm.
City once I graduated. But then I realized that wasn't really my passion and that I wanted to follow my passion. So I actually quit my job and I started pursuing my own business in health and fitness. So I'm an online health and fitness coach, and I help
Health and
health
fitness.
health and fitness.
Whoa.
hmm
Online? Online?
Online, yes.
Mm.
So I do a lot of online marketing, but I also run really fun challenges for the girls who want to lose weight and just feel good about themselves and learn how to eat healthier. So,
Okay.
so
We'll
I do
talk
that.
more later.
Okay, good. And then I also do part-time teaching. I also teach English to Chinese kids virtually. So it's one-on-one teaching, very similar to this, where we get online on a web call and there are slides and we learn English, we speak English. So that's what I do.
Okay.
hmm
Very good. So you are a health and fitness coach and an English teacher, and those are your passions. and also traveling. Yeah?
Yes, yes. And
Cool.
traveling, yes.
Nice, Sandra. Well, who else would like to introduce yourself to Sandra? Because she doesn't know the people in the room. Yeah, Mari?
Okay, I'll start. So, my name is Maggie. I'm from Foz do Iguaçu, Paraná, and I've been living in the United States for 7 years now. I live in Denver, Colorado.
Thank
Awesome.
you. Who else?
I can go. I'm Arthur. I'm from Ponta Grossa too, and I'm an English trainer at first class. And what else? My passions, I guess, would be also traveling, yeah, teaching, and video games. So a bit of everything.
Oh, awesome.
Cool. Really cool. Sandra, okay, before somebody else goes, how long have you been teaching English?
A year. So that's something new for me.
Nice. That's nice. I told you that I've been an English teacher for, I would say that an English learner, because the best way to learn is teach, yeah? And I
Yes.
haven't finished, okay, it's going to be a lifetime. But like in the past, in 2007, was when I had the first first English school and actually language school because we also had Spanish, and I couldn't find any model in Brazil, yeah, that would fit like what I believe and also the business style, not only talking about methodology. And then I founded the studio in 2012, so it's been
Mm-hmm.
8 years, and
Mm-hmm.
now we have 6 languages. Yeah.
Oh, wow. So not
Uh-huh.
just English. Okay.
Not just English, French,
Oh,
German. Arthur is taking German
Yeah,
lessons. I'm
studying German.
learning. Hmm.
oh. I love languages too. I forgot to mention that my husband is a Latino. He's from El Salvador. So I also
Ooh,
speak Spanish.
cool.
And my whole family, they also know Russian. Because when you grow up in Lithuania, Lithuania used to be part of Soviet Union, so they all learned Russian. My generation, we don't know Russian too well, but my whole family knows. And my brother married a Ukrainian girl, so they speak Russian. My whole family, they get together and they all speak Russian because some people don't know English, some people don't know Lithuanian,
See, I
so
only
they all
know
speak Russian.
Privyet. It's all I know
Yeah.
in Russian. Privyet.
So I don't know it too well. I know a lot of words, but now I'm learning it too because I want to learn it well so I can communicate with my entire family.
Oh, cool. So French, German,
Yep.
Italian,
Mhm.
Spanish, Portuguese for foreigners if you're interested, and also
Okay.
English. Who's
Excellent.
next to introduce yourself? To Sandra. She would
I can
love to
go.
meet you guys. Thank.
My name is Leandro. I was born in Ponta Grossa as well, and I've been living here in the United States for almost 2 years now. I live in Manville, New Jersey, and that's pretty much it.
Awesome.
And who's next?
Well, would you like to ask any question, like ask Arthur,
Yeah,
me, or
yeah,
Leo,
would love to
Sandra?
answer.
Oh. So okay, I'm forgetting the names, but it says Emil. Emil, was it Emil? Who's the
Uh,
last person that went?
Arthur, Leo,
Me?
Leo,
You, yeah. Leo, Leo.
Yeah,
Leo.
Because
yeah.
on your
Yeah,
Zoom, on the
yeah,
Google, it says Juge.
yeah. There's. I can't. I don't know how to change that. I don't know. I just
I
noticed that I don't have my name on that. That's weird.
I
Yeah.
thought I thought it was her nickname. It's not her nickname.
It doesn't mean anything.
That's probably an old
That's
account
Exactly.
anyway, so like, yeah, it's still
Yeah.
there.
All
That's so
right.
funny. Well, I'd love to hear what do you think about New Jersey and life in America since it's only been 2 years. What was
Um,
your first impressions of it?
I love
Well,
it. It always was my dream living here. So when I got here, I was like, "Oh my god, this is so amazing!" And I love New Jersey because I like the weather.
Mm-hmm.
because when it's cold, it's really cold, and when it's hot, it's really hot, and that's what I like the
Intense
most. And now it's
person.
raining like crazy outside, so I love it, and it's next to New York. It's my favorite place in the world, so I love it.
That's awesome.
Cool.
Uh,
I
Pachi,
go. Oh, I've
I
already
think
told you that I lived there when I was a child, so um, my world was my family. I can remember a little, but not everything, especially the fiascos. It's just what people tell me. I don't remember anything. Mari.
But I think there's one more person from the United States today, Julia Medeiros. She lives in Utah. No, sorry, I don't remember where she lives. Massachusetts, I think, somewhere in the United States.
Oh,
I'm
cool.
completely lost where she is, but anyways, I know there's one more person from the United States on the call today.
Welcome, Julia. Anytime you feel comfortable to speak, be my guest.
Thank you.
Nice. Julia, are you Brazilian?
Yeah, Brazilian. I was born in Recife, Pernambuco.
Oh, cool. I love that place. I've never been to Recife, just Alagoas,
Ah, Lagoas.
Natal, Rio Grande do Norte. Okay, Julia, I'm sorry. I usually promise that I'm not going to force anybody to speak, but yeah, I love meeting people.
Okay, thank
Even
you.
if it's virtually. Thank you.
Ju,
Feel
where are you
comfortable.
living right now? Sorry, I don't know where you. I always forget where you live. Actually,
Uh, for Mari?
oi, me.
Uh, I live in Las
Where are
Vegas.
you? Las Vegas.
Las
Oh,
Vegas.
Oh.
oh.
Got it
Okay,
completely wrong.
Yeah.
Julia, I'm sorry, but I'll tell them. If you guys have any questions about Vegas, just kidding. Make
I
yourself
have a
comfortable,
bunch of
okay?
questions about Vegas.
We have a lot.
Okay, I'll talk to Julia. Maybe she wants to be a guest. Yeah.
Yes.
Cool. Okay. All right. Anybody else would like to introduce yourself? Guys, if you could at least write your name and where you are or where you're from, so Sandra can have some clue about, yeah, the people who are here in this room. Yeah, we would be very glad. And so let's go. Would you like to start telling us your experience? What it was like when you were 12, yeah? You moved to
Yes,
America. Why
yes.
did you go there, first of all?
So my dad, he plays ping pong, table tennis,
Hmm.
and he came from Lithuania. He's very good. He was one of the top people in the country.
That's cool.
So in 1990, he came here to a tournament, and he
Mm-hmm.
just fell in love. And that was his whole life dream, to always move to America, to move his family to America. So he played the green card to win the green card lottery, the visa. He played every year, and then finally in 1998 he won the green card, and that was it. He said, "We are moving." And so
Wow.
So the first time that I came, and I like how it worked out. It wasn't just we packed up and left. First, we came here for 3 months. So I was still going to school in Lithuania, but during my summer holiday, I came here to America for 2 years. And then the next year, I lived with my grandma for 6 months and still went to school in Lithuania, but my parents were working here just so they can get established, get a job, get an apartment. And mhm,
So, your dad, your father came to America
mhm.
1990 and he fell in love with America. And
Yes.
then he tried the lottery. Is there
Mhm.
still this stuff of the lottery to get the green card?
I think so. I think
You think
so.
so?
I think
I
so.
don't know. I remember in the 90s hearing about that
Mhm. I
because of
think
my dad. And then
I
he got the green card in 98, 8 years after that.
yes. Mhm.
Awesome. Okay.
Yeah, it's not guaranteed. It is a lottery in a way because they only accept a certain amount of people. So, and a lot of
Mm-hmm.
people apply, so they choose a limited amount of people.
Okay. And then you moved.
And
And then,
first 2 years we just came here for the summers, and then we moved. I think in 2001 we moved actually, or 2000 I moved. And that was sixth grade for me. So I finished 5 grades in Lithuania, and then sixth grade I came here, and it was so different because in Lithuania the culture, the people, we all look alike. We're all the same. But here in New York, you just have everything
cosmopolitan
from
city.
everywhere in the world. Yeah. So the language was different, the people were different, the culture was different. And first day in school, I remember trying to listen to the teacher and trying very hard to translate English. But after 20 minutes, I gave up. My brain just shut down, and I was just like in one ear, out the other, because I don't know how many people could relate to that, but when you don't listen to the language for a long time, you have to work hard to translate because it's not natural, it's not quick. You have to
Yeah.
think about it. What did they just say? And then you translate it to your language, and then you process it and say, huh, oh, okay, I understand now.
Yeah.
Definitely. Yeah.
And that's something natural, I would say. I usually hear the students saying something like, "Oh, I have to think in English." Yeah, and that's something that comes naturally, especially when you learn English after you're like 8, 10 years old. At the beginning, you're human. So at the beginning, you
100%.
so at the beginning you will naturally translate from one language to the other, and the secret is practicing. Yeah, I was reading some
Definitely.
articles about it, like, can you really think in that language when you learn a language as an adult? And the experts, they don't have like a common answer, but what
Oh.
all of them agree is that with the practice, it's automatic, and then they don't know if it's like you literally think in that language or if it goes like so quickly that you don't even feel the process, neurologically and scientifically speaking. Yeah. So you have to
Yes.
practice.
That's so fascinating. I know when I read English, and let's say I'm doing an assignment for school, I will think in English because it would be too hard to translate back and forth. But if I'm thinking about a memory or an experience that I had in Lithuania, or the experience or memory was in Lithuanian, then I would definitely think in Lithuanian. So
Yeah.
I think it also depends.
Um, this is something that I love studying about, but I'm not the expert, okay? I was talking to a psychologist the other day, and he was explaining me how our memory is connected to the emotions, yeah? And so actually, every time you are talking about emotions, you are going to go to the language in which the emotion took place. So if
Oh,
you want to like make your if you want to like have the same sensation with the other language, you better have experiences with, and it can be positive or negative emotions. Yeah, but you need emotions there, and then you are giving a new meaning but by the emotion, so it's not intellectual. That's why we believe you gotta feel comfortable and have fun to learn, because then it's much faster.
100%, I agree. And then I have a lot of friends who come to America and they already speak English, but but if they haven't practiced it for a long time, they still go through the experience of feeling behind or still translating or maybe not thinking of the words quickly enough. But they said it usually takes about 2 weeks of being just completely hearing English every day, all day, and then after 2 weeks, they're fine. They feel much more comfortable and normal.
I,
Mhm.
Oh, that's interesting. That's cool.
Mhm. So
And but just one question. Is Lithuanian very different from English? Like, is it a big jump from one language to the other?
yes, completely,
Oh,
completely different. I could tell you something in Lithuanian if you want to hear,
oh,
and you
please.
can tell me if it's anything similar.
Okay.
Okay, I'll talk. Labas, mano vardas Sandra, aš esu iš Lietuvos. Kaip jums visiems sekasi?
It sounds
Can I
very
try
natural.
translating? I'm joking.
I heard your name
I think I
somewhere.
just understood your name.
Definitely,
Yeah,
definitely.
I pretty much said hello. My name is Sandra. How are you, everyone? I'm from Lithuania.
That's very cool. That's cool.
Yeah, so completely different.
Is the alphabet different too?
Some of the letters, but the core, like the ABCs, they're similar. So that's the one good thing. It's a little bit, I guess you could compare it to Spanish a little bit. We have the same letters and you read. I think actually in English, that's the difficult part, is that you don't read the way the word is written. You have to learn all the phonics. But in Lithuanian, whatever word is written, kind of like in Spanish, you could read it.
Okay.
You pronounce each letter, the way it's written, not like English.
Okay, yeah, that's true. Very nice.
English,
Okay, thank you.
German, French. Oh boy.
I think French is so hard. French, I've been to France and I tried to learn some French and it just wasn't going very well.
Next time.
Next time. So what else can I tell you? What other questions you guys have for me? So I could tell you after a few months is when I started getting a little bit more comfortable. But 12 is an interesting age because I'm still a child to learn quickly, but also a little bit teenager. So it was a little bit hard with making friends. I got very shy. I got very, very shy because I was a popular girl in Lithuania. I had my best friends. I had everything already kind of in their places, happy, my life built in a way with my friends. And I got thrown into this very new experience. So it was a little bit difficult. And I actually went through this self-consciousness of speaking English because sometimes I would speak English and people would say, what? And then I'd be like, oh no, I said something wrong, and I would get really shy. But I feel like that's a child thing. Looking back, things that I know now, I would have been completely different and I would have just went for it and not care. And in my fitness business, I also help other coaches grow. And I have a lot of friends who also have accents. This is New York. Everyone has an accent. And part of my job is going on social media and talking. And they would tell me, Sandra, but I'm so shy. I can't do it. I don't know what to say. My accent. And I said, you know what? My accent right now is my biggest asset. It's what makes me interesting. People always ask me questions. Oh, where are you from? And that opens up a conversation. I can connect with them. I could tell them a little bit about my story. And that's a great conversation starter. Because the truth is, in New York, everyone has an accent. But everywhere else in America, where there are not that many people from other countries, Americans are kind of bored. They are interested in learning something new. I think Americans are very curious people. And every time someone asks me, oh, where's your accent? They're so interested to hear about my country or learn about my country, especially since they never heard of it. So I think it's a great conversation starter, to be honest. Now I'm happy that I have this accent.
Yeah, that's awesome. I was talking once to an American, and he was saying that like he was comparing him and a friend of his, and that he was perfectly okay with accents, and but his friend, he would like, I don't know, maybe he doesn't like to try to understand. Like he thinks like if you're not saying with a perfect, it's like, oh what? But it's like the his first reaction is to not understand,
Oh, interesting.
But he said like, but he's wrong, like usually people should try to understand other people, like even if they are a little bit different accent. So yeah, definitely. And I think most people are understanding like that. It's in general. It's just a few exceptions, but everywhere.
I think so. I think so.
Definitely.
Yeah, definitely. And it's something cultural as well, yeah? Some cultures you can clearly feel that they don't mind if they have a different accent. They want to get the message across. That's enough, yeah. Brazilians tend to have this feeling that I should like speak like the natives do, but that's not necessary, and that's not the point, yeah.
Yeah. And I think also my experience is very different because I'm in New York. And New York is something what we call a melting pot or a big bowl of salad because there's just people from everywhere. They call it a melting pot because you can put all kinds of metal and if it's hot, it just all melts together. It's called a
Okay, I
melting pot.
got it.
It all melts together. We're all, diverse and different, but that's New York. I think New York is built on immigrants, and so there are so many different accents from all over the world. It's just a conversation starter.
And have you always lived in New York? Have you lived
I
in other cities?
since I've moved, I always lived in New York. So I don't have much experience in other parts of America or how other people um, receive accents. But I know that a lot of people come to New York, and if they, let's say they're from, Florida or Ohio, they're always very interested in my accent because a New Yorker will never tell me, "Oh, you have an accent." They're like, "Oh, I can't hear your accent." But every time someone from outside New York comes, they catch the accent right away and they say, "Oh, you have an accent. Where are you from?" So I find that piece of information kind of interesting. I think maybe New York ears are just so used to hearing different accents that maybe they don't even think about it.
Yeah,
Hmm.
possible. So there is a tip, yeah, go to New York.
Go to New York, yes.
That's a good one. Yeah.
Yes, you have to come to New York at least once.
Oh, really?
Yes, to come see it. Out of all the cities in the world, you have to come see New York at least once in your life.
Fair
Hmm.
enough. Fair enough.
Oh, Sandra, I forgot to tell you something about the studio, about First Class. We also organize groups to travel. Yeah, there is a travel
Oh,
agency here called First
oh, that's awesome.
Experience.
Hmm.
And there's a game. Remember, we love having fun. So here, everything that the students do, they get a score, and the score is converted into first coins that they can use to buy chocolate, Coke, yeah, even a discount on what they are buying, like books and this kind of thing. And each edition of the game takes 2 years. And guess
Oh,
what? The final prize is what the winner gets.
mm,
You
something to
have
do with the trip?
a 15-day trip abroad.
Wow.
Uh-huh.
That's amazing.
It's nice. It's pretty cool. It's
Wow.
a great adventure.
Yeah, that's excellent.
By the way, has the last winner decided where he's going yet?
So I've been talking to Danilo. One of the places he's mentioned is New York. He would like to go there. But then yeah, we we are waiting for the possibility of choosing the place to go.
Fair enough.
Yes, yes. Right now is not a good time to travel anywhere, I think.
That's fair. Yeah, at the moment it's not good,
But
but
he got the trip, so now it's just a matter of time, yeah.
Yeah,
exactly.
yeah.
It's all good. Very
Hmm.
nice.
And if somebody goes to New York, in your opinion, what things this person can't miss, should go, should do, what kind of stuff?
Well, definitely all the tourist attractions, and there are a lot. I think New York is amazing for the fact that whatever your likes are, you can find some things because we have the artists, we have the musicians. So if you like music, you'll find amazing music. If you like museums, amazing museums. So if you like fashion, you can go fashion. If you like eating, amazing restaurants from all over the world. But of course, the tourist attractions, you have to go to the Empire State Building and see the view from up top. It's amazing. I recommend going right before sunset so you could see it in daytime and also evening time. because for me, evening time is the best view. It's very impressive. But now we have the Freedom Tower as well. You can also go up there. I actually haven't been yet, but it's also a great view in the Freedom Tower. Um, if someone likes to go to parties, great clubs, great nightlife.
So,
I don't think so. Hey, part of the experience.
I'm joking.
I know Brazilians like to travel. My really, really good friend, to party, I wanted to say. My really good friend is Brazilian, and she is one party animal. Her whole family, they are party animals. I love it. I love it. I think
but
Brazilians really love to have fun.
yes, and we are noisy people, you know.
Yes, definitely. When I walk down the street, I hear Brazilians talking Portuguese from far away. I'm like, oh, yes, they are Portuguese. You use hands and gestures, and even if you're really close, you talk really loud and laugh. I love it. I love it.
Yeah,
Lots of
definitely. It's for us too. Like when we are abroad and we're going around, it's really easy to find Brazilians because of
it's
this.
very
Exactly about what
yes.
you were saying. Like, yeah, Brazilians are special.
I love it. I love it because in Lithuania, actually, the culture is much more. You have to be very proper and quiet and kind of cold. You know, in some countries in Europe, they call them the northern countries. They're much colder as people. It's not that we're not nice. It's just much more calm and just quiet. And you can't make too much noise in public. You have to be very proper, I guess, is
And
the
when
word.
they're not in public, then they make noise.
Probably. Probably. Hmm.
Hey, Sandra, I have a question.
Hmm.
When was the last time you went back to Lithuania, and how often do you go there?
So for many, many years until I started working in corporate, I went every single summer because my grandmother is still in Lithuania. My grandmother, she's very old school. She refuses to travel. So we tried to get her on an airplane for the longest. We've been here, how many years we've been here now? 20 years. She refuses to get on the airplane. So we have to go visit her, and my grandmother, she's 91 years old already. So so every summer when I was in school, I would go and visit her, but since I started working, it's been a little bit more difficult. But last summer I went and spent a couple months with my grandma taking care of her. And now my mom is, as soon as my mom can fly out, the thing is that all the airplanes are sort of cut off. Europe doesn't want New Yorkers coming in, all these things that were happening. But my mom already has a flight for mid-July to go to Lithuania. And I might go in September. I don't know. But last year, to answer your question, last year, I love it. It's very nice.
Oh, that's
Hmm.
cool. And
That's nice.
and how do you find like how can I say is life much different like from Lithuania to
So different. So different. And I think, again, like New York is very unique, right? Because New York is different for people from all over America as well. My first experience when I came to New York was just seeing big cars, big roads everywhere, and the roads were like this. There was bridges upon bridges, and I was just like, wow, because Lithuania is a very small country, so we have some roads, but nothing fancy. There's so much traffic, so many cars, so many people in New York. So if you think about Lithuania, 3 million people. I think New York City alone has, I think, 12 million. so
yeah.
the city has 4 times the population of the entire country.
Mm-hmm. That's a lot.
So very different. Over there, I lived in the second largest city, so not the capital, but the second largest city, and I think that city had 300,000 population.
Uh-huh.
So even if you worked in the center, it probably took you 15, 20 minutes driving. So very often I don't know how it is now, but before people would just drive home to lunch. They would eat lunch. They would drive back to work. There's no such thing here. I live 6 miles from Manhattan, but when I worked in Manhattan, I had to take the subway because there's no way to drive to Manhattan. That's just crazy.
Oh.
but subway would take me 1 hour to get there. So imagine that. It would take me 1 hour
Oh.
on the subway to get to New York City, even though it's so close. Driving is 15 minutes, but by subway it take me an hour. Maybe it's
Oh,
also the
wow.
location,
That's a lot.
but there's no such thing as coming back home to eat lunch.
You have to stay
And
around and yeah.
and also New Yorkers, I'm gonna use the word hardcore. They work hard and they play hard, but everything is go, 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 super fast.
Oh.
So when you come to New York, as a tourist is different, but when you work here, you work really hard. A lot of people work really long hours, but then people get really stressed out after long hours. So then they have to relax. So they go out. We happy hour. So drinks after work is almost a daily thing
Oh.
because we need to release the stress and hang out with friends, you know.
Right.
And I also think people who live in Queens and Brooklyn and Manhattan is different too. People who live in Manhattan, I always joke, they spend 60% of their income that they make on rent, the
Oh.
other 30%, on drinks to go out to a bar and parties and eating out because they don't cook. Their refrigerators are always empty because they always buy food outside because they're too busy to cook. And then the rest of the 10%, maybe some other bills and maybe some clothes. But that's it. If you live in Manhattan, that's your budget.
Oh my, yeah, I can see that. But fair enough, fair enough. No, but
Really
that's cool.
expensive.
Yeah.
It's
You
expensive.
said, Sandra, you said that you love traveling. Oh, and I remember the board you have,
The map. Yeah,
the
it's right
map.
here.
What places have you been to?
So I've been to a lot of places in Europe. I've been to Spain. I've been to France. I've been to Germany. My cousin lives in Germany, actually. I have an aunt and 3 cousins that live in Germany. So I go visit them sometimes. I've been to UK. Recently, I've been to Sardinia in Italy. It's an island off of Italy, but Italians, or Sardinians, they're like, we're not in Italy, we're Sardinians. We're from Sardinia, but it's part of Italy.
Just like
And
Sicily.
yeah, I have not been to Sicily yet, though.
It's wonderful. Go when you
Wonderful.
can.
Yes, yes,
We
I
went
want
there
to.
last year in June, and
Oh,
I didn't have good Italian, and I spent like 13 days by myself because
oh.
we went in a group, and then there was the guide who was also the interpreter, yeah. But
Uh-huh.
then, and I went to the small towns, and then people wouldn't be able to speak English because in Catania,
Oh,
yeah,
yes.
most people can speak English, but in Palermo and the other small towns, my goodness. It was a
Mhm.
great experience. I know what it feels like when you go to a country and you can't, like, you can understand, but you can't really speak. It was
Yes,
great.
yes. And recently, I've been wanting to go to see more of Latin America. So I went to Peru, which was wonderful, and Colombia, and Cuba. I've been to Cuba recently, which I really, really enjoyed. Oh, but
That's
Patricia,
cool.
you are
Sorry,
unmute.
Yeah.
I can see that Johnny is in the room, and he's from Peru.
Oh, wow,
Yeah, but
excellent.
I
I
can see
really, really
he's
enjoyed.
silent. Yeah, Peru is cool.
There's so much to see, also, so much to see. I forgot how many days. I think we went for 10 days and it just wasn't enough to see it. I went with the tour, so I saw a lot, but still not enough to see everything. We had to, cut some things out.
Oh,
It's
Yeah.
impossible to see everything in 10 days. But we went to Machu Picchu, which left a good impression for sure.
nice.
That's very cool.
Mhm.
Did
Maybe.
you?
Oh, go on. Sorry. Oh,
Never
can
mind.
I change a little just the topic? you mentioned that you give classes to Chinese students, right?
Yes.
And how is that? Like, I imagine that that difference is even bigger from the two languages, like to learn and
Yes.
uh-huh.
Absolutely, absolutely. But something that Patricia mentioned, kids learn differently. And I
Oh.
think so. I'm actually working with a company, so it's very convenient because they already give me the lesson plans. I just need to speak to the students and help them go through the slides. But it's very interesting because some of the kids are as young as 5. I usually teach between ages 5 and 14.
Mm-hmm.
And they take a test to see what level they're in, and then but
Oh, cool.
some new kids, brand new, who they don't speak any English. Obviously, I don't speak any Chinese. It's all in English. It's very interesting because what the company endorses is called something. They call it TPR, which stands for total. mm, I don't remember what it stands for, but it's total body movement. Total. So you have to use your
Response.
arm. So yeah,
Oh.
something response. Yeah.
Just
and so
you give them the stimulus and then they have to give it the response, and by the repetition they just suppose what it means and then they start.
yeah, so they learn through pictures. So there are a lot of pictures and pointing or waving, or for example, I would say, do you like apples? So I would say,
Mm.
do you like, and then I'll show like a picture of an apple or go apple, and they understand. You could really understand through hand language, especially at that level. And it's really cute because if you think about babies, that's how babies learn. They would say, "Mom, what's this?" And they will point, and then the mom would say, "This is a bottle." And then the kid would learn the word bottle, so they learn visually.
Oh,
So
that's
a lot
cool.
of mhm.
Is
So I thought that was very interesting because people always ask me, "You speak Chinese? How can you be a teacher to Chinese kids?" And I said, "No, it's all in English. They just learn through seeing the pictures. I will circle a picture and say it. I would have them say it, repeat after me, and
Mhm.
yeah, it's been very rewarding, and to see them improve and grow very
Oh.
quickly, it's very fascinating.
Uh-huh.
I've met some 5-year-olds who have better English than I do.
Oh. That's
But
awesome.
I will say one more thing is that you can really tell how much the parents are involved.
Mm.
So I don't know if you guys have kids, but I can always tell when the parent is working with the child to speak English with them or ask them questions in English and have them answer, like how much effort they put in the kids' advancement. I could tell because the many times when the parents don't care, the child doesn't care.
Fair
Yeah,
enough.
but some like I said, 5 years old or 6 years old, my jaw would be on the floor how good they speak. Some of my 13-year-olds don't speak as good as the 5-year-old. So
Really cool.
Fair enough.
And Sandra, which company is that? How did they get to know you and you got started?
well, it's all online, and these teachers are mostly Chinese children or Chinese parents. They prefer the American accent or the Canadian accent, ironically. So they hire this company is I think it's about 5 years old. It's fairly new, maybe a little older, but um, actually, do you guys know Kobe Bryant? Kobe Bryant, basketball player. He recently
Yeah.
passed away, unfortunately. He actually invested. So there were big stars, superstars, rich people who invested in lots of money to create this company because it's a
Mm.
very big company. They hired, I think, maybe 100,000 teachers, and they have maybe 1 million something students. It's all online. It's a platform online, and they connect the students to the teachers. So it's very simple to, as long as you meet the requirements, it's very simple to certify yourself to be a teacher, and then you're sort of like I don't know, freelancer. You open up your schedule whenever you have free time, and then the students will see you have free time, they'll book you. So it's like a system that connects the students to the teachers. And the way I learned about it is because someone told me. Someone told me a friend of mine was doing it, and what I liked about it is that it's very flexible work. So
Cool.
I can open my schedule or close my schedule whenever I want to. It's early morning because it's a 12-hour difference. So you teach in the evening or early morning. So I do a couple hours in the early morning, and then I make some money. I have a lot of fun because I have a lot of fun with my students, and then I go on with my business. So it's like a very nice way to supplement my income, but also have fun.
Sure. Guys, we still have, oh, well, we only have 12 more minutes. Ooh, I'm used to like
Oh,
having the time from 8:30 to 9:30. Yeah. And Sandra has class in a while, right?
Yeah. Yes. So actually, I usually teach in the mornings, but Fridays and Saturdays I teach in the evenings because for them it's Friday, Saturday, Sunday. So for them it's Saturday morning and Sunday morning.
Oh, cool. All right. So if you guys have any question, yeah, you have 11 minutes to try.
hmm
They're a little bit
yeah.
shy.
Yeah, we have somebody from Peru in the chat there. Uh,
Mm-hmm. Yeah, but okay.
From Trujillo. I didn't go there.
No.
I didn't go there. But I'll put it on my list.
Great. Johnny was my first Portuguese student. The first foreigner I taught Portuguese. He can speak Portuguese too.
Oh,
English, Spanish, and Portuguese. By the way, Sandra, how did you and Mary meet?
Online through my coaching business.
Yes.
Your coaching business. Okay. So you're Mary's coach?
I was for some time, yes.
Okay. Can you tell us a little about your coaching?
Yeah, I was going to ask about that. Sorry.
Yeah. Oh, you were gonna ask me about coaching?
Yes,
Yes.
So
Mary, do you recommend her?
I do recommend her. Yes. Yes. Do they bring the company down to Brazil already? Or they have not?
not yet. We just opened in France. But
Oh,
that's a good sign because
it's
French, maybe next
expanding.
to Portuguese.
It's expanding. Maybe one day we'll get there.
Yeah, I hope so. I sure hope so. I have so many people because, I'm on Instagram a lot and people are from all over the world. They're like, I want to do your program. And I'm like, where are you from? Oh, I'm here and here. Oh, we're not there yet. It's a shame. So hopefully soon we go worldwide, but little by little, we're expanding.
Oh,
Yes.
cool.
But I can give a little background how I got into that because this is so
mm,
different from anything
yeah.
I've done before because I was doing taxes. I got my
Mm,
master's degree in taxes. I worked in a corporate office job, but after a while, after 5 years, I said, I can't do this. Too really long hours, lots of pressure, little flexibility. And I said, do I really want to have this life for the rest of my life? And I've always been a little bit entrepreneurial. So I wanted to try to do my own business and create, the life that I want to live with a lot more flexibility. So now I love it because I create my own hours and I do what I'm excited about and passionate about. So that way every day is exciting versus before, oh no, Monday is back and I need to go to work and I don't want to. So I actually struggled a little bit with health and fitness because I had such a long commute, because the hours were so long. I didn't have much time to cook. I didn't have much time to go to the gym also. And if I did go to the gym, then I had no time for anything else except work and then gym. So is that a really fun life? No, not really. And so I struggle with that a lot. And then a friend of mine, really, actually, it's my best friend. She did a program, and it's actually a workout from home. And I said, no, I have personal trainers and I have all these, big weights that I'm lifting at the gym. What can a workout from home do for me? And back in the day, I tried some workouts from home, never really stuck to them. But when I did this program, and it's all inclusive, it's with meal plans, everything to do with nutrition, but also really, really challenging workouts from home. And these workouts really, really kicked my butt. And I got into very, very good shape in 30 minutes a day versus having to go to the gym. That's
And
a whole process.
what kind of equipment do you need to have in order to try it?
It depends on the workout. There's so many different workout programs. Some programs you don't need any equipment. Right now I'm doing a program. It's called BAR. I will show you what equipment I'm using.
Arthur, would you like to ask her any question about the program?
Are you seeing a lot of shape?
Oh, bars! You need pens!
This program that I'm doing, my lowest weight is 5 pounds, and that's too heavy. So I got chickpeas and kidney beans, and these are my weights. And let me tell you, my arms and my whole body is shaking because it's very, very difficult.
That's fair.
Okay.
Oh, wow, that's cool.
Yeah.
This company also has some Brazilian kind of workout too for your booty.
Yes, yes. It's called Brazil Butt Lift.
Cool.
I have some
Really
girls who
cool.
did it. They loved it. It's kind of dancing, but it focuses on the butt. It's really fun. Girls love it. Guys, I don't know.
Maybe the results.
Yes. Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, Leo.
So I got into really, really great shape with these programs, and I got very passionate about it because I know so many more people were struggling, especially the girls who are very busy, working a lot, and it's hard. In New York, time-wise, or we spend a lot of money on having fun. If you have a lot of money, you can have so much fun in New York. But then there's the other side, which is lifestyle, work-life balance. And I think work-life balance in New York, it's very lopsided. So it's more about work, work, work. It's you give 100% to work, but very little is left for your family life or for friendships. Mm-hmm. So that part, or just relaxing, just watching a movie or reading a book, that's hard to do living in New York. And New York is on the go, 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 go. And one big difference that I didn't like, I guess, about New York, in Lithuania, I would call my friend and say, hey, do you want to go to the park? Okay, let's go. Here, hey, do you want to go to the park? Okay, let me see when I'm open. Oh, you know what? I have an opening in 2 months. Can you do it in 2 months? Let's meet that day, okay?
I felt like that when I moved from Paranaguá, which is on the coast of Paraná, the state where we are. Yeah, I am. And I came to Ponta Grossa. Like in Paranaguá, exactly the same. Let's go, let's go. And then here, let's go. Let me check.
Yeah. Let me pencil you in.
Exactly.
Yeah. So
It sounds really exciting. I really would like to try. 30 minutes.
I have a question. I have a question.
Please.
What do you like the most about Queens, about Brooklyn, about Manhattan? What is the biggest thing about each place?
So Manhattan is definitely the center of everything. It's when you want to go out, everybody goes to Manhattan. Most people work in Manhattan. But the good thing about Brooklyn and Queens is that it's much more residential. So I get the best of both worlds, where I have my quiet street and I have a park next to me and there's not that many people. So it's a little bit it's much more suburban, I guess, a little bit like New Jersey. There's areas in Queens and Brooklyn where it's much more suburban, like in New Jersey. You have houses, quiet streets, but then you're still close enough to go to the city. But Queens is Queens, I think, is the most diverse neighborhood in the entire country. So you could get, and there's little pockets of there's we have a Chinatown in Queens, which is different from Manhattan Chinatown. We have like an Indian neighborhood, so you can go to all those neighborhoods, and if you want the real authentic food, you'll be able to find it. And Brooklyn has been growing. It's been amazing. Brooklyn has been going up and up and up and up. There's new restaurants, new places to hang out, new parks every month, every year, like always new spots opening up. And Brooklyn actually has a really good view of Manhattan. And Pier 5 is amazing to go see. And there's also different neighborhoods in Brooklyn. Like there's one Dumbo. It's just really, really beautiful to go walk around, see the bridge, see the skyline of Manhattan. They have a really nice park. I used to play beach volleyball. I also like to play beach volleyball. They have a beach volleyball court there where you can play beach volleyball. So it's really fun. Beer gardens. Brooklyn has really good beer gardens too. So
I
it's
was
much.
talking. I
Go
was
ahead.
talking to a guy that used to live in Manhattan and a guy that used to live in Queens. And the guy from Manhattan was like, "You guys have backyards in there? That's awesome."
That's right. That's right. We have backyards. That's right. So I like it because Manhattan is always so busy. I'm a person that I need to relax a little bit my mind. I need a little bit of quiet. I don't like it when there's always too many people. So I think living in Queens, close enough to the city to go and have fun, but also you have your peace and quiet.
That's pretty important too. That's fair.
Yeah, that's
Sandra,
right.
it's been so nice listening to you. And I can't believe it. We have just one more minute.
Aww.
Thank
This was
you.
really fun.
Yeah, I have the impression that if you have time next month, we can talk about fitness, health and fitness coach, and then another month about life in New York. Thank you so much for joining us. It
Of
was
course.
really nice. Last seconds, is there any other question you guys would like to ask? I still have questions, but you know.
You could always message me on WhatsApp.
Okay. Oh, what's your Instagram? How can we find you there?
I can write it.
Okay.
I'll write it here in the chat. Sandra Savako. That's my handle, so you can find me through that.
Okay.
Okay.
Thank you so much. Guys,
Of
thank
course.
you. Thank you all. I hope to see you guys next week. I hope you had a good time. Yeah, one more question. Go. Yeah.
No, I mean,
Sandra
I
has
just.
a class in a
Oh,
while.
you do? Okay. Go on.
Yeah, but please.
Oh, go ahead.
Oh, who was it? Was it me that you're talking about? I was just doing echoes. Like, oh
Who had a
yeah.
question? Oh.
That's okay. All right.
Yeah.
It was really nice. Yeah, 1 hour is actually pretty short, but it's fine. Yeah. So nice.
It
Thank
was
you
great.
so much,
Thank you.
Mary. Awesome. And talk to you guys next week. Follow us on Instagram, First Class PEG. Yeah. And keep practicing
Yeah.
and having fun.
And
Yeah.
send us
And
any ideas you have about what you would like to talk about. Keep on sending us. We'd love to hear it.
if there's anybody you would like to invite in order to be a guest, if Sandra, if you want to join us again, like anytime or as a guest, you will always be welcome. Okay?
Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you. Good night.
Thank you. It's been a
Thank you,
pleasure.
Sandra.
Thanks,
Thank you
guys.
for having me.
Bye. Take care.
Bye.
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 Thank you.
Thank you guys.
Thank
Be
you.
safe.
Stay safe.
Be safe. Okay. Bye bye.